I'm Chloe. I'm Linda's daughter and Ken and Betty's granddaughter. I got to grow up with them in the house at Gully's End, and I also got to spend the last few years of their lives with them in Santa Barbara. And I was glad that Kearns spoke to the ripening and the beautiful boiling down to who we really are. We all have personalities and conditioning and histories and working out our stuff. And in the end, there's such a sweet humanness. My grandmother, I was always really close to her, but she scared me sometimes. She was so intimidating and regal, and I learned to be like her. I learned to be very proud. And but her softness as she got older was so sweet, and there's such strength in that, in our vulnerability. The day she died, it was great because I actually got in a fight with my boyfriend that day, so I didn't, and I was supposed to be at his house. I'm really glad I wasn't there because I got to touch her that day. I stroked her forehead, I lay in bed with her, and the way she responded to touch in just the most basic human connection touched me so much to be able to nurture her the way she'd nurtured me my whole life. And I felt she always had my back. She supported me so much, supported me in my worst times and my times I was lost and the times I was triumphant. She was a very loyal, loving woman. I'm really so grateful to have had her in my life. And Kenny also, towards the end, for many, many years, his body was really hard to be in. I mean, just kind of a nightmare. He was in a lot of pain. It was very difficult to be comfortable. And he was the most independent, proud man. So this was really hard for him to be in this body. And I realized towards the end, this man, I bring him his croissant, his coffee in the morning, and he just lights up and he notices the weather and he loves the cats. And there was just this way that he was a saint, really, to not be, I would just be a grumpy, miserable person if like I'm getting arthritis in my knees and I can't shut up about it. But my grandpa, he was so bright. He had this fiery warmth about him that persisted even through incredible hardship in his body. I have just great respect for him and for them both. And I want to let you know that I don't think they left with unfinished business. They lived their lives, and their passings were peaceful. And to be with their bodies after they were gone, I really knew that their bodies is not who they are. And people say all the time when they find out they both passed, I'm so sorry. And I am too, but they're not really gone. They're here. There's blood here. They're all here. They've touched our lives so completely. Every breath. I mean, none of us would exist without them. And I feel really united with them. I feel really connected with them, almost more than ever, to be with them in those last tender years and in those last moments. So they loved when I played this song. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. Clouds hide over the rainbow, makes all your dreams come true. Oh, someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops so high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow blue, birds fly over the rainbow. Why can't I see trees of green and red roses too. I watch them bloom just for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and clouds of white, and the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. Oh, I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops so high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Thank you. Thank you. You all please turn to the back of your programs. And we'll sing Amazing Grace together.
Like join us for a drink in the lobby, and please stay for a harvest supper and more tales of Ken and Betty. Thanks.